Hello everyone, Tobias here, and to start this off, I just want to say RWBY is by far one of my favorite animes. Yes, I know that there is some discussion on whether or not RWBY is an anime, but in my opinion it is. It follows the necessary tropes, it's American made, but it's in Japan too, so if you want to be that technical about it, there you go. It's an anime, and that is that. But with that said, let's get on to the actual video. I'm going to be bringing forth my predictions for the season finale of RWBY Volume 5. Now, with that said, let's get started. First, let's recap what happened in RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 13, Downfall. Raven, the newly realized Spring Maiden, and Cinder, the Fall Maiden, get into a big battle. They're using their weapons as well as magic that they have from being maidens. It's a really good fight, one of the best in a while in my opinion. The only one I can think of that was better right off the top of my head so far in this season was Blake and Ilya's. But making a long story a little shorter, Weiss is better, John did not unlock his semblance, and Nora and Ozpin and Oscar's body are now both fighting Hazel, who has lightning and fire dust in his system due to his semblance, which allows him to block out pain. Also, Blake shows up with the army from Menagerie to fight Adam, and Ilya goes on and takes all the explosives and takes them down. Also, shortly after that, Adam goes to attack Blake. Blake uses her semblance to step out of the way and swiftly, boom, knocks him right out. In the end, Raven wins, Cinder's arm is revealed to be Grim, Vernal isn't dead, shoots Cinder, making Cinder fall. Cinder fall? Yeah? Okay. Then Vernal dies, I think. She may be dead. I don't know. Also Cinder, she may or may not be dead. I don't know. Raven then opens the door with her magical Spring Maiden powers and is surrounded by a desert. And then a ways in front of her is what I believe to be the relic, but we don't get a clear picture of it, so it's kind of hard to tell at the moment. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then right before she goes off to take it, Yang shows up. Good job, Yang. Gotta leave this episode out with a Yang. Too many in a row? Okay, fine. But anyway, with all that recap out of the way, let's get into predicting. So obvious things first, the army from Menagerie is still gonna fight the White Fang members. Also, I believe that Weiss is going to be healed completely and start fighting this episode due to the way she was holding her glyph while she said, "I feel much better," or something along those lines. Also, just to get this out of the way, I believe that the fights are going to continue. Now for some less obvious ones. Before Raven gets a chance to take the relic, she's gonna have to fight Yang. That much is obvious, but I believe that this fight is going to be much closer and much more tense than we anticipate. And it'll be a very close fight, but I believe it's gonna end with Yang losing her other arm. Just kidding. Just kidding. Although I do believe the match will be very close, and it definitely will go out with a Yang. No? Too soon after the whole arm thing? Okay. Raven will win the fight and then go and pick up the relic, which is where I believe the episode will actually end off with, because that'll be a good cliffhanger for the upcoming Volume 6 if we end off with Raven retrieving the relic. As for the other part of the episode with RWBY, Ozpin, Oscar, Crow, John, Ren, Nora, Emerald, Mercury, Leo, and Hazel, I predict that through some more fighting, there is going to be a decently sized bombshell dropped about either Ozpin, Salem, both of them, or Remnant as a whole. And for the direct pairing of fighters, I'm not exactly sure. But if I had to go by my best guess, I would say Nora and Ozpin and possibly Ren against Hazel, RWBY and Weiss, as well as Jean against Mercury and Emerald, and lastly, I'd say Crow is going to be fighting Leo. Some final predictions when it comes to the Menagerie and White Fang fight. I honestly think that fight won't really hold much. Might just be some sequences showing off Blake, Sun, and Ilya, as well as some random mini-fights happening. The only thing of importance I can see coming out of this is if either Callie or Gira, one of Blake's parents, were to die. And honestly, I would not like that move because, I mean, then we kind of just turned Blake into another one of those, oh, my parents are dead characters. I mean, seriously. Ruby's mom is gone. Yang's mom left. White's parents hate each other. Blake has a whole family. Can we just keep it that way? Wow. I'm just now realizing how depressing this show actually is. So, those are my predictions for RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 14. Please let me know in the comments below or in the discussion whether you agree or disagree or whatever else you may. Please like that video if you did, smash that subscribe button to heighten my chances of winning, and I will of course see you on the next one.